What's going on? Watching the games today, watching the NFL games. Eagles are not playing, so I was watching the Redskins and the Vikings, scouting that out a little bit. Redskins should have won, but Heineke threw that bad interception. Had a guy open, he just overthrew him. Vikings get the pick, drive down, score, then they score a field goal, game over. Um, but in any case, um, hadn't had a chance to really talk about the Phillies much. Um, Disappointed in the game because obviously wanted the Phillies to win, but looking back on it, man, I'm not gonna. You can't be disappointed in that. You're disappointed in the lose because you hate to lose, period. But looking back overall on the entire season, man, you ain't. We don't have nothing to complain about. Nothing. Girardi gets fired in early June, and we're 22 and 29. You know what I mean? And it's he looked like he just didn't care. Uh, Rob Thompson becomes the interim, and he immediately goes 14-3. So we already know what the problem was. So just when it starts to look up, Bryce Harper gets his thumb broke. That was at the end of June. I think that was June 25th, I believe it was. Hip hop pitch. Yeah, he's out 6 to 8 weeks. So it's like just when things start to look up, we get that injury. So, and then what happens? Kyle Schwarber starts picking up the slack. So he ends up being the National League Player of the Week in June, or Player of the Month rather, in June. So had back to back multi homer games, and that hadn't happened since crazy stats. But basically, he picked up the slack. Then he went cold. Then we kind of limped to the finish line, making it into the playoffs. And of course, everybody's got reasons why we couldn't do this, that, or the other. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. When you make it, and you deal with what you got when you get there. So we took care of the Cardinals. We took care of the Braves. Nobody gave us a shot. Snowball's chance in hell in beating the Braves. And everybody just thought we were going to get destroyed. And we took care of business and got rid of them. And then we took care of the Padres. Padres have been balling all daggone year. And we took care of the Padres. But you came up against the Astros. Everybody still want to bring up all the cheating stuff. And they did cheat. Let's keep it real. Don't get it twisted. They did cheat. But you can't compare what they did back then to what happened this year. Them boys were smacking the ball. Um, they were throwing the ball over the plate. We couldn't. What's the kid's name? Um, was it Valdez? Couldn't hit him. It was just they did the right thing. They did the right things. Their bats got hot when their bats had to get hot. Our bats, we were up and down. We were feast or famine in the World Series. We came back the first game, and everything looked great, but basically it was good until it wasn't. And they made the plays they had to make. Couple of defensive plays. They take that one ball off of the wall. I think it was JT Realmuto in Game 5. That would at least probably tied it up for us. But they made the play, and then Schwarber hits that burner down at first base. They make the play. So they made the plays when they had to make the play, and can't take nothing away from them. I'm happy for Dusty Baker. I really like Dusty Baker. I've been a fan of Dusty since he was in Cincinnati. You know what I mean? So they did it. We didn't. We got a good. We're still trending up. You know what I'm saying? We're still trending up. So props to the Phils, the fighting Phils, man. You guys got it done. You guys went further than anybody ever would have thought, especially this year with everything that happened. You guys made it happen. We almost got there, but we just fell a little short. It wasn't because of this, that, or the other. You guys can second guess Thompson and taking out Wheeler. Could he have gone longer? Absolutely. Everybody's going to second guess it. But I'm more comfortable with Rob Thompson doing what he's been doing. They discussed that. He stuck to his plan. If you're going to go down, you go down swinging. You go down the way you want to go down. So I have no problem with that. Do I wish they would have left him in one more inning? Absolutely. But you know what? He could have got rocked that next inning, and then everybody would have been bitching about that. You left him in too long and everything. Again, it's one of those situations where it was good until it wasn't. That's like the For baseball, that's like when in football you go for the 2 point conversion. It's great if you make it. If you don't, everybody's going to criticize you for the decision. So that's the same thing. He made his decision. I saw the interview. They said they discussed it, and that's what they plan to do. So you know what? Stick to your plan, because you know what? That plan is what got us in the situation in the first place. So I have nothing bad to say about uh, Rob Thompson. He did a hell of a job. He deserves to come back for 2 more years, and hopefully we'll get another opportunity to be in that same situation, and we'll get it done this time. So props to the Phils. You went further than anybody thought you could have. He had your opportunities. We just didn't take advantage of them, and the Astros did. So, got to keep it real, man. So, ring that bell. We'll be back next year, and we'll be looking to do it again. So, peace to the Phillies. Props.